Mastering future obligations with modal verbs. Hello, English language learners. In today's video, we're going to dive into an important aspect of English grammar that can greatly enhance your fluency. Modal verbs for obligation in the future. These verbs are incredibly useful when talking about responsibilities or requirements that lie ahead of us. So, let's get started. Before we delve into the future, let's quickly recap what modal verbs for obligation are. These are verbs that indicate necessity or obligation. Key examples include must, have to, need to, and in some contexts, should. For instance, in the sentence, "You must finish your homework," must expresses an obligation. Now, when it comes to expressing obligations in the future, we primarily use will have to and will need to. Remember, must does not have a future form. So if you want to express a future obligation, will have to and will need to are your go-to forms. For instance, you will have to attend the meeting tomorrow. I will need to buy some groceries later. Just like affirmative statements, we can also express the absence of obligation in the future. For this, we can use will not have to, or won't have to, and will not need to, or won't need to. For example, you won't have to worry about the project. I'll take care of it. We won't need to buy tickets. They're already arranged. In interrogative sentences or when asking questions about future obligations, we simply switch the places of the subject and will. For example, will you have to work tomorrow? Will they need to bring their own equipment? The responses could be affirmative or negative, like, yes, I will have to, or no, they won't need to. Though should doesn't express obligation as strongly as will have to or will need to, it is commonly used to give advice or make recommendations about the future. For example, you should study for the exam next week. They should book the tickets in advance. And that's a wrap on our lesson on modal verbs for future obligation. Remember, practice is key when mastering these aspects of English grammar. So try to use will have to, will need to, and should in your conversations about the future. It's been a pleasure teaching you today, and I hope this lesson will make your journey of English learning a little smoother. Happy learning!